Have you ever tried so hard to control your life, only to watch everything fall apart? Have you ever felt like the more you hold on, the heavier everything becomes? Ibn Arabi, the great Sufi mystic, once said that the heart only finds peace when it stops fighting what Allah has already decreed, because the moment you let go, Allah takes over. The storms of your life were never meant to drown you. They were meant to cleanse you. Every delay, every heartbreak, every unanswered prayer is part of a plan written with mercy, not neglect. In this journey, we'll uncover 7 timeless lessons from Ibn Arabi, lessons that will show you how to release control, heal your heart, and find serenity in surrender. Because peace doesn't come when life is easy. Peace comes when your soul finally whispers, "I trust you, Ya Allah." Ibn Arabi taught that the outer world is nothing more than a mirror of the inner world. Everything you experience around you, the kindness, the chaos, the beauty, and even the pain, is a reflection of what lives within your heart. If your heart is clouded with fear, doubt, or anger, the entire world will appear dark and heavy. But when your heart remembers Allah, even the hardest trials begin to shine with wisdom and meaning. When you see conflict outside, it often means there is unrest within. When you see beauty and harmony, it is because your soul has found balance. The state of your heart shapes how you perceive every event in your life. This is why Ibn Arabi said, "The world is a mirror in which you see yourself." If your thoughts are filled with anxiety, the world will seem uncertain. But if your heart trusts Allah, you will see His mercy even in the middle of a storm. True peace does not come from changing what's around you. It comes from changing what's inside you. The key is not to fight the world, not to blame people or circumstances, but to look inward and ask, "What is my heart trying to show me?" When you begin to understand yourself, your fears, your attachments, your desires, you begin to cleanse them in the light of faith. And as your heart purifies, your world purifies with it. When the heart is clear, everything becomes a sign pointing back to Allah. The sunrise becomes a reminder of His renewal. The rain becomes a symbol of His mercy. Even pain becomes a teacher guiding you closer to Him. So let go of what disturbs your inner peace. Let go of anger, jealousy, and fear. Instead, fill your heart with dhikr, with remembrance, with gratitude. Because when the heart remembers Allah, the world reflects beauty. And when your inner world is at peace, Allah guides you through every moment, gently, perfectly, and always on time. Freedom is not found in having everything you desire. It is found in realizing that you already have everything you need because you have Allah. Ibn Arabi reminds us that the heart was never created to cling to the temporary. The soul suffocates when it is chained to what was always meant to pass. True peace begins the moment you let go of what you cannot control and surrender your attachments to the one who controls all things. We spend much of life chasing what was never meant to stay. People, wealth, approval, success. We tie our happiness to things that change, then wonder why we feel anxious when they disappear. Ibn Arabi teaches that attachment is the root of all sorrow, for when you depend on anything other than Allah, you give power to what can be taken away. When your heart clings to the world, it becomes fragile. But when it clings only to Allah, it becomes unshakable. To detach does not mean to withdraw from life or stop caring. It means to love and serve without ownership, to give without expecting, to act without needing recognition, and to accept without demanding results. It means to see everything as a trust from Allah, temporary gifts meant to guide your heart, not to imprison it. Ibn Arabi said, "Be in the world, but not of it. Live fully, but do not let the world live inside you. You can walk among wealth and not be owned by it. You can love people deeply and still understand that every soul belongs to Allah. Detachment is not coldness, it is clarity. It is knowing that everything you love will one day return to its source, and so will you. When you practice detachment, you begin to see that loss is not the end, it is redirection. That rejection is not failure, it is protection. That the things you thought you needed were often distractions pulling you away from peace. Every time something leaves, it creates space for Allah's mercy to enter. The heart that learns to let go is the heart that finds peace. It no longer fears what tomorrow brings, because it trusts the one who holds tomorrow. It no longer mourns what has passed, because it knows Allah never takes without giving something greater in return, even if that gift is hidden in patience or found only in the quiet nearness of His presence. Freedom, Ibn Arabi teaches, is not escape, it is surrender. It is when the heart says, I have nothing of my own, and I am content. Because the moment you stop holding on to the world, you find yourself held by Allah, and in His embrace, nothing is ever lost. So loosen your grip on what was never meant to stay. Let go of your plans, your fears, your need for control. Detach not from love, but from illusion. For true freedom is not found in possession, but in trust, and the one who trusts Allah fully walks through this world, light, peaceful, and free. Ibn Arabi teaches that behind every pain lies a divine purpose, and within every wound rests a hidden mercy. Nothing that happens to you is random. Every loss, every disappointment, every heartbreak is a message from Allah, not to punish you, but to purify you. Pain is not a sign that Allah has abandoned you. It is often His way of bringing you closer. When the heart breaks, the light enters. Through pain, the walls of pride and illusion begin to fall. You start to see what truly matters, not the world, not the approval of others, but the closeness of Allah. Ibn Arabi reminds us that the soul learns best through contrast. Without night, you wouldn't value the dawn. Without loss, you wouldn't taste gratitude. Without pain, you wouldn't seek healing, and that healing is where you meet your Lord. There are moments when pain feels unbearable, when you ask why certain things had to happen. But the one who trusts Allah learns to say, if this is from you, then it must be good for me. Every hardship carries a lesson, every trial carries a light. Sometimes Allah removes what you love to show you that His love is enough. Sometimes He closes a door because He knows the path beyond it would harm you. Pain humbles the heart. It teaches patience, softens the ego, and opens the door to sincerity. Ibn Arabi said that suffering purifies the mirror of the soul until it reflects only the light of the divine. When you bear your struggles with faith, your pain becomes an act of worship, a silent remembrance that says, Ya Allah, I trust your wisdom, even when I do not understand it. The hidden mercy in pain is transformation. The person you become after the trial is wiser, softer, and closer to Allah than the one who entered it. Pain teaches what comfort cannot. It reminds you of your dependence, your need, your fragility, and through that awareness, you find strength in surrender. Sometimes, Allah allows you to lose what you wanted so you can find what you needed Him. You begin to see that every difficulty carries a hidden gift, even if you cannot see it now. What looks like a setback may be protection. What feels like a delay may be preparation. What hurts deeply may be the very thing that awakens your heart. So do not curse your pain. Listen to it. Ask what it is trying to teach you. Let it guide you back to your Creator. For every wound that turns you toward Allah is a blessing, not a burden. When you reach the point where you can thank Allah for the trials as much as for the joys, you will have understood Ibn Arabi's wisdom that mercy is not always gentle, but it is always present. The pain that once made you cry will one day make you grateful, because through it, you discovered the most precious gift of all, the nearness of Allah. So be patient with what breaks your heart. The one who allowed the pain is the same one who will heal it. Every tear is counted, every sigh is heard, and every wound is written with purpose. And when the healing comes, as it always does, you will look back and whisper, "There was mercy in it all." Ibn Arabi said, "He who knows himself knows his Lord." These words carry a truth so profound that all spiritual journeys begin and end within them. To know Allah, you must first understand your own soul, not the self that the world sees, but the self that whispers within, the one that feels, questions, and seeks meaning. Most people spend their lives looking outward, searching for peace in possessions, approval, or achievements. But Ibn Arabi teaches that everything you seek already exists within you. Your heart is a mirror created to reflect the light of Allah. When the mirror is clean, His light shines clearly. When it is clouded by pride, ego, and distraction, the reflection fades. The purpose of life, then, is not to collect more from the world, but to polish the heart until it reflects the divine. Knowing yourself means looking beyond the masks you wear, beyond your fears, your titles, your roles, and your past. It is recognizing that beneath all these layers, there exists a soul that was created by Allah, breathed into being by His command, and destined to return to Him. You are not your mistakes. You are not your pain. You are a soul temporarily walking this earth to remember who you are in relation to your Creator. When you truly know yourself, you realize your limitations, and that humility leads you to Allah's greatness. You understand that your strength comes from Him, your guidance comes from Him, your peace flows from Him. You stop seeking validation from people and start finding it in His presence. This is the freedom that self-awareness brings, the realization that you were never alone and you never needed to be anyone else. Ibn Arabi explained that ignorance of the self is the root of spiritual blindness. When a person does not understand their inner nature, they confuse ego for soul, desire for need, and illusion for truth. The path to Allah begins when you turn inward, when you sit with your heart, silence the noise, and listen. In that quiet, you will find not emptiness, but remembrance, not distance, but closeness. To know yourself is to recognize both your weakness and your worth. Your weakness that depends on Allah for everything, and your worth that comes from being created by Him. It is a balance between humility and honor, between surrender and strength. When you see yourself as a servant of Allah, the world loses its power over you. You begin to act from sincerity instead of pride, from compassion instead of anger. You no longer measure your life by what you possess, but by how deeply you are connected to the one who possesses all. The more you understand yourself, the more clearly you see Allah's signs in everything, in the rhythm of your heartbeat, the breath that sustains you, the beauty of creation around you. Everything becomes a reminder that you are not separate from His mercy. You are living within it. So pause, look inward, and ask, who am I beneath all the noise? What is my soul longing for? The answer will always lead you back to Him. Because in the end, to know yourself is not self-worship, it is self-realization. It is discovering that within your being, Allah placed a reflection of His divine attributes: compassion, patience, love, and wisdom. When you polish your heart with remembrance and surrender, that reflection becomes clear. And in that moment of awareness, you realize the greatest truth of all, that your journey was never about finding Allah outside of you, but awakening to His presence within you. Ibn Arabi said, "Love is the secret of existence." He believed that everything in creation, every atom, every star, every heartbeat, was brought into being through divine love. The universe itself is a poem written by Allah, each verse a reflection of His mercy, each rhythm a reminder that love is not just an emotion, but the very essence of the soul. Love was the first command before creation. It was love that said, "Be," and the world became. It was love that shaped Adam from clay and breathed into him the spirit of life. It was love that sent the prophets, revealed the books, and forgave those who turned back. To understand love is to understand Allah's presence in everything. For every act of creation, every beat of existence is a declaration of His affection for His servants. Ibn Arabi teaches that love is both the beginning and the end of the spiritual journey. It begins when the heart feels the pull of the divine, that gentle ache that makes you yearn for something beyond the world. And it ends when the heart becomes lost in the one it loves, when there is no I left, only Him. The lover and the beloved become one in purpose, one in remembrance, one in peace. But love is not only sweetness, it is also purification. True love strips away everything false. It burns away pride, greed, and self-centeredness until only sincerity remains. When Allah loves a servant, He refines them through both joy and pain. Sometimes He gives, and sometimes He takes, but both are acts of love, for both draw you nearer to Him. Ibn Arabi said that love's fire does not destroy the heart, it illuminates it. It reveals what was hidden and teaches you how to see beyond appearances. To love, in the language of the soul, is to see Allah in all things. When you look at creation with a heart of love, you no longer see separation. You see the one light shining through many forms. Every person you meet, every trial you face, every blessing you receive becomes a reflection of the divine. Love makes you compassionate, forgiving, and gentle, because you begin to see that every soul is on its own journey back to its Creator. True love asks for surrender. It asks you to let go of your conditions, your expectations, your fears. It teaches you to give without wanting in return, to forgive even when it hurts, to care even when no one notices. This is not weakness, it is spiritual strength. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "None of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself." This is the fruit of divine love. It transforms your heart until love becomes your nature, not your effort. Ibn Arabi reminds us that human love for family, for friends, for those close to us, is a doorway. It is a reflection of the greater love that the soul seeks. When you love someone for Allah's sake, that love becomes eternal, because it is rooted in what never dies. But when love is based only on need, desire, or attachment, it fades with time. The goal is to rise from loving because you receive, to loving because you recognize Allah's beauty reflected in the other. Love softens what intellect cannot reach. It heals wounds that logic cannot understand. It humbles the arrogant and lifts the broken. Ibn Arabi said that love makes the impossible possible, because love connects the seen with the unseen, the limited with the infinite. When the heart is filled with love, it no longer fears the future or mourns the past. It lives in the sacred now, trusting Allah completely. To live a life of love is to live a life of presence. It means to walk through the world, aware of the divine in every breath, every moment, every encounter. When you love Allah, every sunrise feels like a gift, every difficulty becomes an opportunity to grow, every act of kindness feels like worship. The more you love, the more you see His signs everywhere, in the whisper of the wind, in the rhythm of rain, in the silence of prayer. This love is not reserved for saints or scholars. It is the natural state of every soul. It only gets buried under fear, pride, and forgetfulness. But once you remember, once you truly return, you find that love was always within you, waiting to be awakened. It was never lost. It was only hidden beneath the noise of the world. Ibn Arabi's message is clear. Love is not a path, it is the destination. It is what you were created from, what sustains you, and what you will return to. Allah's love is not distant. It surrounds you, it flows through you, it lives in the beating of your heart. So open yourself to it. Love for the sake of Allah. Love without condition, without limit, without fear. For love is not weakness, it is worship. And the one who learns to love purely for Allah walks through life, light and free, untouched by bitterness, unshaken by loss. Because love never ends, it only changes form, leading every heart back to the one who loved first, who loves always, and who loves without end. There comes a time in every heart's journey when understanding no longer brings comfort, when questions remain unanswered, and the only path forward is trust. Ibn Arabi teaches that this trust, Tawakkul, is not simply belief that Allah exists, but a complete surrender to His wisdom. It is the bridge between fear and peace, between the chaos of the world and the calm of the soul. To trust Allah is to hand over the weight of your worries to the one who never sleeps. It is to believe that even when the road is hidden, the destination is known to Him. When your heart whispers, "I don't know how this will end," trust replies, "But Allah does." Ibn Arabi said that true faith begins where reason ends. Our minds can only see what is near, but Allah's wisdom covers what is hidden and what is yet to be. When you try to control every outcome, you exhaust your soul. But when you trust Allah, you rest in the certainty that His plan is greater than your understanding. What you see as delay may be protection. What feels like loss may be preparation. What seems impossible may be the beginning of a miracle. Trust does not mean inaction. It means action without anxiety. You do what you can, with sincerity, and then release the results to Allah. You plant the seed, but you do not command the rain. You take a step, but you do not control the path. Trust is not laziness, it is surrender with effort, peace with purpose. It is knowing that Allah honors those who try, even if they fall short, and rewards those who keep their faith, even in darkness. Ibn Arabi reminds us that the heart cannot trust Allah until it stops trusting the illusion of control. We live in a world that glorifies certainty. We want guarantees, answers, visible signs. But faith is not born in comfort, it grows in uncertainty. The strongest trust often blooms in the places where you feel lost, where you can no longer rely on yourself. Because it's in those moments that Allah whispers, "Do not fear, I am with you." When you truly trust Allah, your heart becomes unshaken by what happens around you. Storms may come, people may change, plans may fail, but the one who trusts remains steady, because their anchor is not in the world, but in the Creator of it. Ibn Arabi says that this state of trust turns fear into freedom. You no longer live under the control of outcomes. You live in the serenity of surrender. Trust transforms your relationship with pain. Instead of asking, "Why me?" you begin to ask, "What is Allah teaching me?" You start to see challenges, not as punishments, but as pathways, as sacred invitations to strengthen your faith. You realize that the hardship you are facing is not random. It is chosen specifically for your growth. Allah never burdens a soul beyond what it can bear. And with every trial, He opens a door to deeper understanding. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us the essence of trust when he said, "If you truly put your trust in Allah, He will provide for you as He provides for the birds. They leave their nests hungry in the morning and return full in the evening. The bird does not sit still, waiting for provision to fall. It flies, searches, struggles, but its heart is calm because it knows the provider never forgets." This is the balance of trust, effort, and peace, striving and surrender. Ibn Arabi explained that trust is not just an action. It is a state of the heart. It is built through remembrance and tested through patience. The more you remember Allah, the more you realize He has always been remembering you. The more you rely on Him, the more you see His care in every detail. From the smallest blessings, the air you breathe, the strength in your limbs to the greatest gifts of love, faith, and guidance, everything whispers, He is with you. When the heart learns to trust completely, fear loses its power. Anxiety fades because you no longer measure your safety by circumstance, but by Allah's promise. You stop worrying about how things will happen and start focusing on who controls them. The moment you say, I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I know who holds tomorrow, peace begins to descend upon you. Trust teaches you to see beyond appearances. The same event that looks like loss to the world may be victory in the unseen. The same delay that frustrates you may be saving you from harm. Ibn Arabi wrote that the hidden world and the visible world are not separate. What you see is only the surface of what Allah has decreed. To trust is to believe that everything, even the unseen, moves by His mercy and timing. In the silence of true trust, the heart finds rest. You stop questioning every outcome. You stop begging for things to happen your way. Instead, you begin to say, Ya Allah, if it is good for me, make it easy, and if it is not, remove it and make my heart content. That contentment, Rida, is the highest form of peace. It is the sign of a heart that has surrendered completely, that lives no longer in fear of what will be taken, but in gratitude for what is given. Trust also deepens your love. When you trust Allah, you stop blaming, doubting, and fearing. You begin to see His mercy even in what hurts, His guidance even in what confuses, His love even in what He withholds. Every moment becomes a conversation with your Lord, sometimes through blessings, sometimes through tests, but always through wisdom. And when you reach that level of faith, life no longer feels like a struggle against destiny. It becomes a dance with it, a surrender to the rhythm Allah has written for you. Every breath becomes trust in action. Every step becomes a testimony that says, I have a Lord who never fails. So let your heart rest. Stop replaying what went wrong. Stop fearing what's ahead. You are exactly where Allah wants you to be. The delays are part of His mercy. The detours are part of His plan. Nothing has been forgotten. Nothing has been lost. Remember, peace is not found when everything is certain. Peace is found when everything is uncertain, yet you still trust Allah completely. This is the bridge between the restless mind and the tranquil heart. This is the wisdom Ibn Arabi left for every seeker. When you trust the One who controls the unseen, you walk upon the earth free from fear. Because true peace is not the absence of problems, it is the presence of trust. There comes a moment in every believer's life when striving turns to stillness, when the heart finally understands that peace does not come from controlling life, it comes from surrendering it. Ibn Arabi teaches that true serenity is born the moment you stop resisting Allah's decree. When you release your grip on how things should be and accept them as they are, you enter the state of Rida contentment. Surrender is not defeat, it is divine alignment. It is not giving up, it is giving in to the will of the One who knows you better than you know yourself. The world teaches us to fight, to chase, to hold on, but the soul finds rest only when it returns to its source, saying, I am content with what you have written for me. This is the essence of surrender. Ibn Arabi explained that life is a mirror. When you struggle against what is, you are only struggling against yourself. When you resist the moment, you resist the wisdom it carries. But when you surrender, even difficulties become gentle. The storm outside may still rage, but the storm inside you quiets. You begin to see that every experience, the joys, the losses, the delays, is perfectly arranged by Allah for your growth. Nothing was ever random. When you live without surrender, you live in tension. You plan and worry, chase and fear. You want control, Yet life keeps reminding you that control is an illusion. The heart that clings becomes heavy. The heart that lets go becomes light. Surrender is what transforms struggle into peace, confusion into clarity, and waiting into worship. To surrender means to trust without seeing. It means to say, even if I don't understand, I accept. Even if I don't know what comes next, I am at peace because Allah knows. Ibn Arabi said that serenity is not the absence of movement, it is the stillness of the heart amid movement. The ocean may wave, but its depths remain calm. Likewise, when your faith is deep, no surface storm can disturb it. Surrender begins when you stop asking life to obey you and start asking Allah to guide you. When you start saying, "Whatever you choose for me, my Lord, I choose it too." This is not passivity, it is participation in divine wisdom. It is allowing yourself to be carried by the current of destiny, knowing that wherever it flows by His will. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, lived this truth with grace. In moments of victory and in moments of loss, his heart remained steady. He did not chase what was not meant for him, nor despair over what was taken. He said, "What has reached you was never meant to miss you, and what has missed you was never meant to reach you." This is the highest form of serenity, the peace that comes from absolute trust. Ibn Arabi describes surrender as the door to divine intimacy. When you let go of resistance, the veils between you and Allah begin to lift. You no longer pray only to change your condition, you pray to deepen your connection. You stop asking, "When will this end?" and begin to ask, "What is Allah teaching me through this?" Your relationship with life transforms. Every delay becomes a teacher, every pain becomes a guide, and every moment becomes sacred. Surrender also softens the heart. It dissolves anger, envy, and regret. You stop comparing your path to others because you trust that your story is unfolding exactly as it should. You stop living in the past because you know that Allah chose every step to bring you here. You stop fearing the future because you believe the one who wrote your past is also writing your tomorrow. In this awareness, peace becomes your natural state. Serenity is not about escaping life, it is about embracing it. It's waking up each day with gratitude for whatever Allah has written, knowing that every sunrise brings a new opportunity to draw closer to Him. It's walking through pain without bitterness, success without pride, love without attachment. When you surrender, life no longer feels like a test to endure, but a journey to trust. Ibn Arabi teaches that the soul's highest station is not knowledge or power, it is surrender, because when the heart fully submits, it reflects the peace of its creator. The one who surrenders stops trying to write their own story and begins to live the one Allah has already perfected. They no longer chase certainty in outcomes, but certainty in faith. And that is serenity, not a world without storms, but a heart that no longer fears them. The one who has surrendered finds calm even in chaos. They walk through trials with dignity and patience, knowing that every moment carries Allah's wisdom. So if you are tired, stop struggling. If you are afraid, stop resisting. Open your hands and release what you cannot hold. Say quietly, "Ya Allah, I surrender to you. I accept your will. I trust your mercy." And in that moment, you will feel it, the stillness that comes when the heart finally rests in Allah. Because serenity is not found when life is perfect. It is found when you realize that life, as it is, has already been perfectly written by the one who loves you most. Every soul is searching for peace, but most search for it in the wrong place. We chase control, but peace lives in surrender. We chase answers, but peace lives in trust. And we chase love, forgetting that Allah was the first to love us. Ibn Arabi's wisdom reminds us that life is not about mastering the world, it's about mastering the heart. When you let go of fear, Allah fills you with courage. When you let go of pain, He replaces it with healing. When you let go of control, He writes your story with perfection. So pause, breathe. Everything that happened was meant to guide you, not break you. The path you're walking, even if it feels heavy, is taking you exactly where you're meant to be. And when the weight becomes too much, remember this: you don't have to carry it alone. Let go, trust, surrender. Because when you stop holding on, Allah holds you. From chaos to calm, from fear to faith, it was always Him guiding you home.